Hello everyone and welcome to the Balloon Workshop. My name is Stephen Mayhew, and in this behind the scenes episode, I'm going to be showing you how I created the famous yellow canary that outsmarted the best of the Looney Tunes cats, Tweety Bird, out of balloons. I remember watching Looney Tunes as a kid, and I was always drawn to the antics of Tweety Bird. I recently saw the first cartoon of Tweety Bird, which aired in 1942, and I thought, I think it's time to make the leap into the Looney Tunes universe and make one of these guys out of balloon. So let's get started. I always sketch out my design in balloon form first, so I know which balloon colors and sizes I'll be using to make the character. Alright, so we have the basic shape of Tweety Bird's head. I use a technique called distortion, where you step multiple balloons inside of a larger balloon to be able to create a new shape. Inside of a larger balloon, I have two 5-inch balloons and then a 16-inch balloon. And then when all the air is sucked out, it starts to create the shape of Tweety's head. These will be his cheeks, and then this is his forehead, where his eyes ultimately will go. Here's Tweety's little body. To create the shape of his body, after studying and researching what he actually looks like, he has a little bit of a divot that runs down the middle of his chest. So to achieve that, I again used the distortion technique, where I used what we call a 646, it's a larger balloon animal balloon, with two 350s inside of it, which are slightly medium-sized balloon animal balloons. And then those two balloons create the shape. And then I have an 11-inch balloon in the back here to be able to create his little rump. So when you see both of them put together, it'll look something kind of like this. So now I've got Tweety's little legs on. I use 6-inch orange hearts as his little feet because, as you can see, he has like little divots in the middle of his feet here. I guess he has two toes. So that's the hearts I thought were the best balloon to be able to use to kind of create that shape. I think he's looking pretty cute so far. While it's probably too large to have on the screen within its entirety, here is Tweety Bird's swing. Up at the top we have the chain. I used chrome balloons, which are some of my favorite balloons because they actually look like metal. And then that's attached onto the actual bars of the swing. And then here is where Tweety Bird will actually sit, is right here. So there we go, Tweety Bird swing. Here are Tweety Bird's little arms and fingers. So what I've decided to do is create a stand-in piece of the rail that he'll be holding onto. That gives me a little bit more flexibility to create his fingers. So using some of the smallest balloon animal balloons, I went ahead and attached each of the balloons on so it looks like he's actually holding on to the railing. So when it's put together, it's gonna look something like that. So it actually looks like he's holding on to the swing itself as he's swinging. So using wire as a frame and then sliding that inside of the balloon, I was able to create the main eyeball of Tweety, and then this will layer on top of it kind of like that. And finally, to help give the image more depth and dimension, I emphasize the shadows. So there you have it, Tweety Bird made out of balloons. Thanks for joining me in the Balloon Workshop. If you like art, Like balloons and liked what you saw? Hit the like button, comment below, and be sure to subscribe so you can join me next time I take balloon art to the next level. See you soon. Out of balloons. Out of balloons.